If that tape leaks, I'm done, Seth Rogen confesses. Seth Rogen says one old audition could end his career. This is why we love Seth Rogen, brutally honest, self-aware, and not afraid to admit the worst. But seriously, that tape better stay buried. Thoughts? There's being honest, and then there's what Seth Rogen just did on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Sitting across from Jimmy in his usual self-deprecating charm, the Superbad creator and Hollywood mainstay recalled a moment so cringeworthy, so potentially cancelable, that he's actively begging the universe. If you have it, burn it. Please sell it to me. I will buy it from you. The confession? An audition from years ago that, in Seth's words, would end my career very, very fast. Back in the early 2000s, a young, eager, and unproven Seth Rogen auditioned for a supporting role in the now infamous 2003 flop Geely, a film starring Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, and best remembered for, well, being a disaster. The role? A young man with a cognitive disability. In 2024, just saying that sentence causes discomfort. But in 2003? It was just another script. And Seth wanted to land the part. Desperately. I wanted to leave an impression, he said. I don't think I wore a helmet into the audition itself, but it was at play. Even Jimmy, usually quick with a punchline, was left speechless. I'm tempted to do an impression of what I did, but I can't even do it. I can't. That's how bad it was. The audience laughed nervously. Seth's eyes widened in mock horror. But under the comedy, the truth lingered. Truthfully, if that tape was out in the world today, this would be the last interview you ever saw me do. Let's pause. Because what Seth just did, acknowledging an offensive moment from his past, is still rare in Hollywood. He didn't shift the blame. He didn't claim he was young and didn't know better. He didn't even excuse it as what everyone did back then. He said, "It was so bad. So embarrassing. Please don't ever let that tape resurface." And weirdly, that honesty hit harder than any PR apology ever could. The irony? He didn't get the part. The role went to Justin Bartha, and the movie tanked, grossing just $7.2 million worldwide and becoming a case study in what not to do. Years later, even Ben Affleck reflected. It was a tsunami. It couldn't be worse. This is as bad as it gets. He also acknowledged the film's ableist premise, saying, "There are things that seemed they could work at the time, and don't in retrospect." Seth's audition wasn't just for a bad role in a bad movie, it was for a role that aged worse than spoiled milk in a microwave. But Seth's reflection went deeper than just the tape. He talked about how grateful he is that auditions used to happen on physical VHS tapes, not iPhones or WeTransfer. Because back then, if you bombed, you could still bury it. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Sometimes, your worst moment isn't what ruins you, it's what reminds you how far you've come. Seth Rogen, now a celebrated producer, writer, voice actor, and stoner philosopher, is no longer the kid walking into a room, tempted to wear a helmet, to leave a mark. He's a man looking back, laughing, and cringing. And maybe that's what makes this moment so great. Because if there's one thing Hollywood rarely gives space for, it's unfiltered regret. So no, that VHS tape probably won't ever leak. But if it does? Let's hope Seth is the one who leaks it, just to prove he can survive the worst version of himself. And maybe even laugh about it on the way out.